All right, folks, it's a pleasant good day from the city of Monrovia. We are directly situated between Benson and Gertie Streets. And of course, this is where the office of the INQUIRER newspaper is. The INQUIRER newspaper is where the late Philip Nangbe WESSEH, or GINA as he was affectionately called in the media, served as managing editor. And so we are here today. My name is Trojan. I'm here along with the team, Emmanuel Kotu, and of course, Joseph Soko and the rest, Nelson Collier and Trocon Flammer. And we are here because people are going to come via Spoon TV to pay tribute to the fallen veteran of the Liberian media. My name is Trojan, and standing right in front of the house or the building that houses the headquarters of the INQUIRER newspaper here on Gertie Street. And so we will be making our rounds, talking to employees and other veteran journalists as well, who will be paying their tribute to the late Philip WESSEH. A little bit about Philip WESSEH. He died on September 14 following a protracted period of illness. And according to what we gathered from the doctors, he died of diabetes, or what you call sugar. The late Philip WESSEH, like we said, served as managing editor. He was a co-founder, co-editor of this newspaper. The first editor after the paper came into being in 1992 was Gabriel Williams. And after Gabriel Williams, who left for the United States of America in 1995, Philip WESSEH took over and became the paper's managing editor from that time onto his demise. He mentored many Liberians, of course, there's many journalists that passed through him or either saw his writings, but he was a standout veteran Liberian journalist whose lost the media will not find so easily. And so that's why we are here this morning to pay tribute to the late fallen giant. So we will now walk to the office itself where the employees are, and of course we're going to be speaking to them relative to who Philip WESSEH or GINA actually was when he lived among us, and he worked with them here, particularly at the INQUIRER newspaper. And so that is exactly what we'll be doing, speaking with employees and other media personalities who are watching Spoon TV to come live here. Emmanuel Kotu has joined me. Emmanuel, well, let me say welcome. This is our way, and of course joining the INQUIRER family to pay tribute to the late GINA.
Thank you so much, Trojan, to our viewers. This is a special tribute to the late journalist Philip Nangbe WESSEH, who was the managing editor of the INQUIRER newspaper. And one thing I can say, he was one of our finest in terms of the print media, and he will definitely be missed by a lot of people as we are on the live. So many people are already asking, what really came, because some of them are not even aware of this. But we are here to showcase exactly where he used to work, and we're also talking to people who he worked with, just to have some memories of the late Philip WESSEH. When you hear Philip WESSEH, he's probably referred to as the GINA. I want to know why you call him the GINA,
Well, for so many reasons, we can call him that because, a GINA is actually, maybe people who his staff will tell us better, but a GINA is some
creature.
I don't know, creature that we know about that just appears and disappears. But of course, that is straightforward, because the GINA wants you to do something and you fail to do it. The GINA will punish you because the GINA wants to see, the right thing being done. Of course, ever since he graduated from the Detroit High School, went to the University of Liberia, and of course graduated, then went on to the law school, and he got a degree from the law school as well. So he died as attorney. So Attorney Philip WESSEH professionally, but he's been working more than 40 years. This is a person who has been in the media landscape for over 40 years. There was no barriers between he and those who were just coming up. Of course, he melted in with everyone. Of course, this was someone who, when he, of course, just ask GINA. GINA will tell you where to go, how to solve, and all of that. So this was a man that, of course, related to everyone in the media. So if you see us here, that's one of the reasons.
Yeah, so let's just get into the building and see if we can talk to some of the employee here at the INQUIRER newspaper. So we are going to the top, and then we'll be talking to some of them. So those of you watching ours, this is Spawn TV Live. We will speak to one of the senior. So we'll speak to one of the senior, and then he will take us around the building, and then we'll see exactly, the office of the managing editor of the late veteran Liberian journalist, Mr. Philip WESSEH. May his soul rest in peace as we go there. So we'll just speak to one of them, and then you will continue from here as we go through. So those of you watching us, so we just met. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm okay. So welcome to Spawn TV.
Thank you very much. And let me take this time to welcome all of you as well. My name is Lakwa Bwandao. I'm the business manager of the INQUIRER newspaper.
Okay, so you have worked, along with the late. So we want you to take us through. Before we go around, what do you really you can tell us about the late Philip WESSEH?
Well, currently I'm out of worries because Mr. WESSEH and I worked together for a very long time at the INQUIRER newspaper, approximately 20 years. And so he was not only our boss, but he was like a father, not only to me as the business and administrative manager, but he was a father to all of us. He was more than a boss. And we miss him a lot.
What is that moment that you can remember of the late Mr. Philip WESSEH?
The most memorable moment that I cherish when it comes to the interaction between Mr. WESSEH and us is when we had a game at the Stephen Tower Estate football field. And he said to me that, look, I really want to play this game. I said, you sure you can make it? He said, why not? Don't you know that there is a crew, man? And we know about football in this country more than any other person. He said, you will soon see me on the field. I said, okay, I'm waiting. But surprisingly, I went and saw him sitting on top of the cooler. And when I went to him, he said, man, get out of here, man. Get out of here. I was just joking. I said, oh, we've already kept a jersey for you. Boots and everything. And you tell me that you are joking? He said, no. I really don't want to play. So for me, it was something, and we just share fun and we laugh about it. That is one instance I will never forget Mr. WESSEH. And another thing here is, this is a man, as I said, was not only a boss, but he was like a father to all of us. To the extent that even if you have a problem in your home, and once he gets to know about it, you don't even have to extend an invitation. Mr. WESSEH will be there to solve that problem. So as a consequence of that, he knew all of our wives, and the relationship between him and our wives, they were very, very cordial. To the extent that if you don't hear from them, then they will ask you, how Mr. WESSEH coming on? Whenever they have a problem, they will always come to him. So that shows the kind of relationship that existed between us. And that's the reason why I say he was not only a boss, but he was like a father to all of us.
Now, a lot of people call him the GINA. And of course, we're going to be asking each and every one of the employees what that name meant to them. What does that name, the GINA, what does it mean to you?
That name is like our society name. For instance, if we do a story and we scratching our heads as to what kind of hairline to carry, ask him, just tell him what the story is about. He will give you the headline.
So
we refer to him as a GINA.
Okay.
All right, so let's go in there.
So I will take this time to welcome you all to the offices of the INQUIRER newspaper. So this is the receptionist desk. Unfortunately, she's not well today, so she couldn't come to work. So we have someone processing for him. This is the cashier. This is the cashier of the INQUIRER newspaper. You know, amongst all of the media houses here, we are the only one that has a white woman. And this is something that we take pride in. She's the cashier. I think she
okay, so let's talk. Welcome to Spoon TV. Tell us your name.
Margaret.
Okay, Sis Margaret, I know we should not be asking you how you feel because we know you're feeling terrible. The expression is all on your face. But tell us about your late boss, the GINA.
The GINA was a person who was a simple person. He was very simple. If you even come in the office and you see interacting with the owner man, you will not even know that he's the boss. He was loving, he was caring. He was a very good man. He's the only person sometimes I used to have problem with him. If you do anything, he will tell you, say, I suspend you. Go home. And you don't want to go, he say, go home. If you go home in the morning, just come and take your pay. I said, but I had a person, how will I strike the person? Other people working, and you will tell the person, say, go home. And when they come in the morning, the person come and take their pay. I mean, he was just a man who was down to earth. We really, really miss him.
So what particularly were you missed about Mr. WESSEH?
Mr. WESSEH was a man who was always on time. He don't play with his job. He don't play with his work. When he said this, he mean it. In how much he's simple and he loving, he don't play with his work. So when you see people doing some things that are out of the way and you see no punishment going in, I always think about him. And he was a man who jovial. When you somewhere you will laugh. That don't mean it. Especially if we are joking and, you know, talking to people. I mean, it's just hard for us. Just really hard.
Okay, Sis Margaret, our deepest sympathy.
Thank you so much.
All right, so let's move to the other areas in the office.
This is a young lady who's responsible for all of the advertisements that go into the INQUIRER newspaper office. And she's the advertisement manager, and so she will speak for herself.
All
Johnny,
right.
Johnny, you gotta have courage here.
And of course, she's one.
Jenny.
Okay, so we will come back to her.
Yeah.
We will come back to her. She's right now. So we move to other areas in the building. Right here, the INQUIRER, the newspaper.
This is the layout office. This is the layout office of the INQUIRER newspaper. And he is Solomon Isaac. He's one of the layout men that we have here.
Okay. So let's talk. Welcome to Spoon TV. Yeah. All right. So we are all mourning the passing of Philip WESSEH. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, Mr. Philip WESSEH was a good man, and he has played impact in my life especially. Yeah, and meant to work for me. You know, the time you were not even expecting to do it, make him do it for us. You know, my daughter's school fee I was broke that day. There's no money, and more have not ended yet. I said, okay, no problem, I'll do it. And men do it, and I even take from my salary. So man was cool man to me.
So how are you going to miss him?
Oh, very much. Very, very much. I will miss that man. Because we saw do one or two things before man got sick. You know? And I was hoping that man will come back to us, to come work with us, to be us so I can still do my thing. But now I will miss the man a lot. Seriously. In fact, the article, because we can publish article in paper, you know, during the time we can do the article, I got a special people I can sell it to. So the article come outside, they can call me 100 pieces, 150 pieces, you know, but me God sake, you know, that's not happening, and you know, I'll miss the man a lot. Seriously.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk to another
This
gentleman
is-
in the office.
You can see he's already sharing here. This is oh, we gotta be strong here. This is Ishmael Blackie. He's our computer maintenance man.
All right.
Yeah, the
Welcome to Spoon TV.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Ishmael Blackie. Yeah, to be frank, it's a wizard to be one of the person I will ever miss in my life because he was very generous. He was one of the person I used to come to do the work, and at times I see opposition, people trying to stop me from working, and he always with me. He encouraged me, he said it is good as a young person to be promoted. And this is one of the times I already.
What can you remember most about him?
He was jovial. He's somebody joke us and keep us alive. Buy food, will come around, share with us, eat with everyone that you see eating. This is one of the things I really miss him.
All right. Thanks a lot. All right. So let's move to other areas in the office of the Inquirer newspaper. Right here on Gurley Street. In fact, it is situated between Gurley and Benson Street. As we go into other areas here, I'm sure this is one of the offices. So we'll be talking to another.
This is
Our boss office.
this is our boss office.
See the photos.
This is the office of the late Philip WESSEH. Yeah, and these are some of his
That
certificates.
photo is when Madam Sally was honoring him. It was at an investiture ceremony at the executive mansion. He took that, and this is one of our editions, couple of our editions, and these are some of the board members of the institution, and they are currently in the States. Yeah, this is the very first edition of the Inquirer newspaper when it was established in January 1991. The very first edition. Here he is, you know, when he was much younger, and you see this picture was taken at the funeral of Modad, who used to be in the media as well. Yeah, and of course you can see him with the veteran journalists, Mr. Best, Kenneth Best, and Mr. Kofi Woos, and Mr. Peabody. I think he was, Mr. Peabody was one of the founders of the Press Union of Liberia in 1964. So yeah, it was at an honoring, they were honoring him, and that is one of the pictures. And again, this one, he took with Robin White. Focus on Africa. Robin White, when he visited Liberia, and they were at the PUL office at the time on Benson Street, that is where he took this picture. So I mean, it's a sad thing for us. It's a sad thing for us. A very massive blow.
All right, we're still touring the building here of that continues the office, if you made, of the Inquirer newspaper. Gradually, we're going to the production area. We've passed the office of GINA, and this is
the newsroom where journalists gather to do their stories. From here, the stories are all sent to the layout room, and then they produce the paper. This room is exclusively for journalists, those that are writing after they go out there and get their stories. This is where they assemble, do the stories, do the proofreading of the stories, and after everything is certified by him, then it goes to the layout room for the layout of the paper, and then it's taken to the press for printing. And so These are all employees of the Inquirer newspaper.
Okay,
This is
so-
Precious Freeman.
Okay.
She's one of the journalists. So
Let's begin with Precious. Precious, we are in sympathy with all of you here, and of course, Spoon TV is here to get your tribute for your late boss, Philip WESSEH. So, what do you remember most about him?
Okay. Well, for me, what I really remember most about him is the love. The man was so loving, caring. He does not discriminate. He always loved to I'm sorry. He loved to encourage employees. Truly, so sorry for.
So, what will you miss the most about him?
What I miss most about him is the way of writing. The way of writing, yeah. He was so loving and caring. Thank you.
All right. So, we come here to Alex Yoma. Okay. Alex, welcome to Spoon TV. You've been a long-time employee of the Inquirer newspaper. And now that your boss is no more, what do you remember about him?
All I remember about him, his passing is a vacuum to the media profession. Leaving us, it would take a very long time, to get away. This was our boss who was like, he was never used to be like a boss. This is a man who would joke with us. Anything that he wants to do, despite his joke, is very serious. He was an epitome of professionalism. He never carried a story that was never balanced. To see him leaving the media profession is a blow. All I can see, a big tree has fallen. The pen has broken. All I can see is a blow.
Okay. Let's speak to another employee. Okay. Tell us your name and, of course, what do you remember about your late boss?
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Sim Sefa Moba, and I am one of the newest here, but then I one of those that really followed him on social media, on the internet when I was in high school, then doing press club and other things as a student reporter. I made him a mentor because of the knowledge he was always willing to give to people, most especially attending closing programs at various schools and then passing on this knowledge. But worst of all is that I regret that coming into his institution, I was only able to meet him in person 3 times. And the 3 times I was able to interact with him, up to now, if I sit to do other work at this office, the memories come back to mind and I start to think about the conversations we had. All I remember is that it's like 1,000 men down in the media, because the GINA alone is indeed a veteran that will be remembered forever, and we that are mourning the death of the GINA right now, we are like, I can say words are not much that we'll be able to express to people that will come around, but we are down and we
All right.
hope to move on.
Thanks a lot. And so let's come to another employee here.
Yeah, so basically, thank you, children. Thank you to the Spoon family. Actually, I'm broken because I'm what I am today because of the Philip WESSEH, GINA. Philip WESSEH has been an inspiration to some of us. It's not just an inspiration, but he was my mentor. Sometimes, like I sitting behind the computer working, I miss those days wearing one who come from the field, and he sit behind one of the desktop and doing his tapping like, Bill, what yeah? get the dictionary, check for the word for me. And then he will sit and then he started to give us, some tips about being a good journalist, practicing the ethics of journalism. All those memories sometimes will come based on our dress code, and then you're like, stay into the door, don't enter inside. The joke, the fun. Once you buy food, he put it. The memories are too many, You can ask God why, though. You can ask God why. It's not easy thing to lose a father, not just a boss, but he was like a father, a down to earth boss man that you always want to be with.
And what will you miss the most about him?
I just that willingness to always want to teach his employee a new lesson. Once you sit behind the computer to do a story, and then he will like, don't do it away, do it away. And he always like, despite he don't really look at your size like, oh, I don't know the thing. Whether you just come in, he always like give you the opportunity to explore that which you have in you. He's like, instill confidence in you and then tell you go and do it. Like my first experience with the Capitol bidding, he recalled the other guy from there, and then he looked at me and talked to our editor. He said, I trust him, let me go there, and he see me, and that alone was a big boost to my profession. I'm just amazed. I'm broken. Actually, I will miss him a lot. Too many things I will miss him.
Thanks a lot, Bill. Let's talk to this lady right here. Tell us your name.
My name is Grace Trent.
Okay, and your boss, the late Philip WESSEH, I'm sure there are things you knew about him you want us to know.
Yeah, when the first time I came to INQUIRER, I met Mr. WESSEH because he always used to sit right there. So every time, the first time I came, he asked me, oh, what do you want to do? I said, I want to become a journalist. So he took some of the articles. He said, okay, look at the article and write story. So when I wrote the story, I don't know what he talked to the editor. He said, okay, let's say you are assigned to table of justice. Since even if I'm at the table of justice, Mr. WESSEH will call me Grace. When you get there, okay, that every stories that I did for INQUIRER, they always used to go to his son. Because he always used to encourage me. Even when I'm sitting alone, what happened in sitting alone? Anything you want for us to do it for you? I said, no, Mr. WESSEH is okay. Always, even when he's angry, you talk to him, he said, Mr. WESSEH, sorry, he will cool down. So I don't even know what to do. Every time I sit, I feel bad and I cry every time because he was a mentor. He encouraged us every time about stories. Even if it's not good, he will tell you, say, do it, you can make it. You will make it, Grace. I know you can do it. And how he always used to do it. So plenty of things I remember about him.
Okay, so what is the most thing that you will miss about him?
Obviously, when he come in the morning, the first thing you say, he will buy, when he come in the morning, when he buy food, he will say, who want to eat? Who want to eat? Everybody say, we want to eat, we want to eat. He say, no. I can give food to old, young people, I can give food to old people. You can get a boyfriend, they go buy us. All that joke there, we have so many times together. The memories too much, so we can't really talk about, but we're missing.
Thanks a lot. Kennedy Zuma needs no introduction because he is a veteran photographer in the media, and of course he has been working with the INQUIRER newspaper for many years. And of course, Mr. Zuma, welcome to Spoon TV.
Thank you. You see, my boss man, I have a newspaper. He brought me in the person. I will not forget about him. When I sit down and think about him, I want to cross out. You must show that born. I need him, Mr. WESSEH. And beside that, he taught up more things. That from Monday to Thursday, you don't wear jean trousers, you don't wear t-shirt, you don't wear anything, you must wear tie or African suit. And you always make you feel happy. And I'm missing him. Besides that, most of the things we learn more from him. We call him GINA. We get out in GINA. GINA, when you look at some story, they look at it, get the hell on straight. You don't go to my man. This story, I don't get the hell on. And I rather admire him. So now, what kind of money that I will be around 8, after around 9 that you say, oh man, go outside, sit on the bench. When I go outside and look at him, you get when I come back in the newsroom. So really, I sure of what I'm missing my chief. I'm missing him. But God has a way to do things. So this man's death is a really blow to me. Because I know I need to be an operator man. Get it? If I say You go to assignment and say, I know, say, but it's a laptop. Margaret tell me, I want my picture. When you go to assignment, I want my article, and if it rains, I will join the room and go look for that. It's a make and encourage people. So nice talking to you, sir.
Okay, so what will you remember the most about him?
Oh,
Miss about him.
I can remember during the Civil War, when this one April 6th, on Kerry Street. Standard job, all my men all went to stay over there. So it's time to eat. Mr. Wizard will tell people, you say go eat. The standard job will tell you, they will not be able to do that, get added card or EO. The process who that get added card or EO, get added card. So I need to do the one when they are sitting. I'm like, what happened to you? I said, but I don't get added card. I said, what? You been here for, you don't get added card, standard job from now on. Your mother food in BB pen. Where you get added card, you get added card, everybody going to eat. So I can remove about my chief.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, so Spoon TV, we're still here in the office of the Inquirer newspaper. We should be talking to Mrs. Jenny Falawonwa, who, of course, so I mean, I'm sure the newspaper, the dream of Mr. Philip WESSEH cannot die. And of course, since 1992, when he took over as managing editor in 1995 and has made this newspaper one of Liberia's finest newspapers. And so I'm sure that dream you have to keep it alive.
Definitely, definitely. That dream will definitely not die. Because we are all committed to making sure. In fact, one thing I forgot to tell you, when Mr. WESSEH was sick, even on his dying bed, whenever I went to see him, the first question that he would ask, how is the people?
This was his brainchild.
I mean, that's all he was. He was not so concerned about the financial aspect. He will always say, how is the people? You make sure that people comes out. Make sure, if you guys can do that for me, I will be the happiest person. When it comes to the production of newspaper, don't joke with Mr. WESSEH about it. Sometimes he stays here up to 11, 12 in the night. And you know when the boss is around, the ornament, it's difficult for you to leave. So, and I want to assure the public that definitely the Inquirer newspaper is not going to die. Even though we are experiencing what we are experiencing now, but because that was his dream. We consider the Inquirer newspaper as his legacy. Where so many persons came here, got trained, and they left. I really don't know which of the journalists in this place whose lives was not impacted by Mr. WESSEH. I really don't know. Because wherever journalists have problems, this was our base. They will come for consultation. They will come for consultancy. Because of that, that is how I got to know a lot of them. So it was like the rallying point. Even when there's a division or disagreement amongst journalists, they will always come to Mr. WESSEH. That's how important he was to the media landscape in this country. And so we miss him a lot. We miss him a lot. And
talking about that, I can remember when the Sports Writers Association of Liberia had a problem. Of course, Mr. WESSEH was one of those trying as much as possible to make sure that that situation was resolved within the Sports Writers Association of Liberia. So, like you rightly say, Emmanuel, Mr. WESSEH has always been there, and he's always been, trying to make sure that things are okay within the media, be it at the Inquirer newspaper or in other areas. Mr. WESSEH was talking to everybody, making sure that things were okay in the media. That's how I knew him as well as the GINA. Several interviews I had with him talking about the issues faced by the media and how, those things could be addressed, Emmanuel.
Yeah, and so this industry of journalism is about making impact. It's about writing for those who cannot speak. You serve as the voice of the voiceless. So that was something Mr. WESSEH was so passionate about, to make sure that these people who cannot be heard from wherever they are, he could write on their behalf and speak to them. So we are here for those of you watching us on Spoon TV. Yeah, so we'll talk to some of the All right, so we'll talk to some of the people that Mr. WESSEH interacted with. Let me speak to this beautiful lady. How are you, ma'am? Welcome to Spawn TV.
Thank you, my brother.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm Mrs. Julia Chukudebel.
Okay, so we're talking about Mr. WESSEH today.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, but it's just very sad, to be honest. That of a man to go by this time is something that's very, very painful. Mr. WESSEH is a father to me. He's a friend to my family. I call him a Liberian father to me because of his way that he treats me just like a father. My dad is not here, my dad is normal, but I took Mr. WESSEH as a Liberian father because I'm from Nigeria, I'm not a Liberian. He's a very nice man that, I don't know, I've not seen someone like him in Liberia since I entered this country since 2000. He's someone that you can confide, someone that can give you good advice. He's someone that you don't discriminate. You don't say this person is a foreigner or this person is this. He's a friend to everybody. He's a father to all, both the poor, both the rich. He plays with us, we joke together, we do everything in common together. He didn't carry himself, normally don't carry his shoulders up, like maybe he's a rich man or maybe he's a, I don't know. It's just painful to me. Yeah, it's just painful to me.
Okay, so what will you remember him for?
A lot of things. I cannot count it. I can't count it. I cannot start naming it one by one, but remember Mr. WESSEH, kind man, friend to many, both even the downtrodden Mr. WESSEH is there for them. He normally give to people. I don't know. I can't name all. I can't name all.
Okay, so you just said you're Nigerian, and what is your own message to other young Liberians out there looking at the life of Mr. WESSEH?
Yes, what I'm going to tell Liberians is for them to not see because maybe they're up there today, then that I see other people that are not there to be a common people. No, Mr. WESSEH is not like that. So ask them for them to see each and every human being like we are all equal, because that is what the Bible says, that we are all equal. So that is the message I have for them.
All right, thank you, sir. I have another lady here who knows Mr. Philip WESSEH the late. Good afternoon. Welcome to Spawn TV.
Thank you so much.
What is your name?
Kona Jalo.
Kona Jalo. What do you talk about your relationship with Mr. WESSEH?
Oh, I had a very cordial relationship with Mr. WESSEH. Mr. WESSEH is one of the very best I know. Mr. WESSEH was there for just everybody. And me in particular, I invited Mr. WESSEH to my church on numerous occasions. You just need to tell him the place, the area, and he will be there. Knowing who he was, being a big man, you invite him to every occasion, he will come. And the worst of it all, Mr. WESSEH put himself here, sit right here, and gave all the so-called money, the blind people money. Mr. WESSEH gave for each and every one of us on this line. And Mr. WESSEH saying that he will be missed our honor statement, because Mr. WESSEH is one person that has been there for everybody since I moved on Benson Street. And I've been here for the past 12 years. Me and Mr. WESSEH had a very cordial relationship. And when I asked him, why you giving people money, he said, because I can afford it and they can't afford it. So somebody that have the heart of gold will always be missed. And to say Mr. WESSEH, to even start talking about what he can do is uncountable. But he will be missed dearly.
So what is your own message to the family and children?
Technically, I have put myself to be his family. I will only say they should take heart in our own Liberian way to say normal, because I don't think they spent time with Mr. WESSEH the way we did. And Mr. WESSEH being who he was, the only thing I can say to every one of us on Benson Street that knew Mr. WESSEH is to say sorry, because Mr. WESSEH is a love of all.
All right, thank you so much for talking to us, Kona Jalo.
You're welcome.
All right, so we stay here on Benson Street, and we're speaking to people who, interacted with Mr. WESSEH. So they're telling us exactly this is a special tribute to the late veteran Liberian journalist, Mr. Philip WESSEH. Good afternoon, welcome to Spawn TV.
I'm Samuel C. Rachel, by the way. Mr. WESSEH, he was a mentor to this street. He will always come on this street here When he comes to your office, he will walk to people's shop and ask you how your family, how business. He will encourage you. He will say a lot of things. And Mr. Wisse is a person, he was a person that usually gave ears to people. Anything that you want to say, whether you're concerned or not, he will listen to you, he will hear your cry, he will encourage you. Even financially, if that anything you have to share with you, he will share it with you. So we will miss him, will not have any other person to replace him with. But we hope that God let him rest in perfect peace.
Right.
We'll always miss him.
All right, thanks for talking to us. So we stay here. Let me speak to another gentleman. And of course, those of you who are watching on Spoon TV Live, some journalists around here, we're right here in front of the INQUIRER newspaper head office on Benson Street. And we are asking you can come out and actually give your tribute. We are here for the next 30 minutes up to 1:30 before we can wrap up. Let me speak to this gentleman. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine. Everything.
Great. What's your name?
My name is Sidi Konate.
Okay.
I am the chairman from Benson Street. Yeah, Mr. Wisse is a cool old man. All of us been here for a very long time. And being somebody that being helpful to us. Whenever anybody gets problem and other things, we can always reach to him. He can always render assistance. Like for example, I established a forum here. I even invite him. He came there. He even get a membership form for us. He was part of us. He even pledged a lot of support, financially, morally, he being with us.
So you as a chairman on the street here, what will you miss Mr. Wisse for?
For what he has been doing for people.
What is that memorable moment that you can remember him of?
Yeah, the last time one of our friends here, he was not even having a rentage. Yeah, Mr. Wisse was able to come and help him and pay some of the men rentage. And one picking was here, he used to change money. One time the picking was stranded, a pass of Abubakar. Mr. Wisse even came in and helped. Yes. So we'll always miss him and we'll always remember him for the good they have been doing for people on Benson Street.
So you as a young person, what did you learn from Mr. Wisse?
Well, I learned so many things from him, like when it comes to humanitarian aspect, because he being somebody that, helpful to people. So I learned so many things from him. And he really, like for example, even when we have any political differences, sometimes he can always come in, advise us, man, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to avoid social things.
All right, thank you for talking to us.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Spoon. We're here on the Benson Street, right at the Benson and that of Galley intersection, and we are right, in front of the INQUIRER newspaper, where we're speaking to the employee of this institution and also those that Mr. Philip Wisse, the managing editor of the INQUIRER newspaper, has some conversation with and interaction with. So they're telling us exactly what they remind him of. Good afternoon. Welcome to Spoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
What is your name?
Stephen Kamara.
Okay, so tell us about your interaction with Mr. Wisse.
Mr. Wisse, he was here. He was renting from my boss man, and my boss man living here as he asked. Anytime you see me, he say, "Oh, small landlord." You always respect me, so I have to be all like this, big man, respecting me. See me, oh, small landlord, come for Sunday. And sometimes the street boy, they see him, everybody come around him. He always sit right here. He's always here. People come around him, always getting people, some give people rest, some people money. You know, good to everyone of here. Yeah.
Okay, so what's your message to other young people who saw Mr. Wisse? What did you learn from him as well?
What I learned from Mr. Wisse, he was a good leader to everybody, and as a young people, we all know how he was good to us, and now he's no more. So, and all the advice he used to give to people, I pray that we all relate by it, and then so we can pray for him, and so he can rest in peace.
All right, thank you so much for talking to us. Visit Spoon TV. We're here on Benson Street in Monrovia, Liberia. We stay speaking to people. This is a special tribute brought to you by Spoon FM 107.5, Spoon TV Live, and of course in collaboration with the INQUIRER newspaper. We are paying a special tribute to the late Philip Wisse, the managing editor of the INQUIRER newspaper. Good afternoon, welcome to Spoon TV.
How are you? Thank you.
Let's just come closer so that we can get you there.
Anyway, I'm Friday down. Mr. Wisse is going to be a very good man to us,
friendly, joker, and go to the office, share fun, do everything together. And then when we heard his death news, everybody felt very, very bad.
So what is that particular moment that you miss of him?
Oh, I'm missing so much because while he was a joker man, when you go to the office, no big man, no small boy business. We eat together, we share fun together. Yeah, very good man. Missing a lot.
So for the other people who are watching, what do you think we can learn from the life of Mr. Philip WESSEH?
Oh, what we can learn from Mr. WESSEH, the people that are left behind, they should carry the same working on. Because he should be a very good man to every one of us. Yeah, every one of us, almost like a father to everybody. Very good man, help people do everything. Yeah, so missing a lot.
All right, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you.
And I wish I could talk to one of my colleagues, journalists here. Nelson Colette will come out. Nelson is a journalist from Fabric. He's also going to come to speak to us. So this is for 107.5 Fabric and Super 95.5. We're here on Benson Street, and we are paying tributes to the late managing editor, Mr. Philip WESSEH. And so while we just trying to do that, before I can talk to my colleague, so he's going to come join me on the interview, But let me speak to you, this gentleman. How are you, sir?
How are you doing?
Okay, so welcome to Spawn TV.
Thank you. My name is Nathaniel McLean. I'm also a journalist.
Yes. So today we are here, talking about your colleague.
Yeah, he was my professional colleague, but he was also my mentor. And besides that, we call him GINA in the press. Not in a negative form, but a positive GINA, because he mentored a lot of boys, girls, men and women as well in the profession. He was a very good man. He also used the profession to advise a lot of young people to go to school, and many of us went to school. We graduated from university. His departure, we miss him a lot. He's a very good gentleman. He joked with everybody, whether it be own. He take you as a son or daughter. So he was a very good gentleman that we will miss in the profession. We hope to have another GINA, but that is very difficult. Now, only God can create another GINA in the profession.
All right, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, so we had here, and so let me speak to another gentleman again. Welcome to Spawn TV.
Yeah, thank you, Emmanuel. My name is Vasco Jabate.
Okay, Jabate, welcome.
Thank you. Firstly, let me use the media to extend my appreciation to Spawn Network. And Mr. WESSEH, he was not just a media practitioner, as people may see it, but he was like a father to us. We that grew up within the city center, more especially on Garrison, I came from Arico in exile. He was one of those who always set us down on Garrison Street and talk to us. He was a mentor, he was a father, everything you think of, he did it for us. And I can remember the first time for me to purchase ticket to SKD on Garrison Street. Mr. WESSEH is the one who gave me $5 US at the time we had our shop on Garrison Street. So he lost. It's a blow to every one of us in the city, not only the family. I want to extend our condolences to the INQUIRER family, to the family, friends, and the entire media body. It's a great loss, not only to the media body, but the entire Liberia as a whole.
All right, thanks for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Okay, so I see another gentleman here. He wants to say something about the late Philip WESSEH. Good afternoon. Welcome to Spawn TV.
Thank you. I'm Benjamin. It's a total shock and pain to see a role model or somebody who actually stood up at a certain point of time for Liberians and young people who are always there, especially for those of us that are around here that we share offices and other areas with. He actually a father. We will actually miss him. We will indeed miss him. Yeah.
All right, thanks for speaking to us.
Thank you, too.
All right, so I will be joined now by my media colleague. We'll be talking a little bit quickly, yeah. So Nelson Colette will join me, and we'll be wrapping up shortly here from the headquarters of the INQUIRER newspaper. Nelson, again, welcome. We've been doing this since this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mr. Rohr, and let me say thanks to even the management of the INQUIRER newspaper. I think it's a sad day for the media landscape, recording the loss of another mentor in the media landscape of our country. Someone said the other day when this information broke out that a big tree has fallen. So many people have passed through the corridor of journalism in this country, but he's one of the very few journalists in this country that has been able to leave a handprint and a indelible mark on the media landscape. He's talking about establishing an entity, a media institution that will enable upcoming journalists or even journalists coming afterward to be able to better themselves, practice, and do a lot more. His impact is very huge.
So we as young people, what do you think we can learn from such a person? I've spoken to over 10 persons, everybody's speaking good of him.
Yeah, I think his lifestyle is what's now speaking for him. And judging from what so many people are saying about him, I was just listening to a gentleman who said he was stranded at some point, he wanted to do something and he gave him $5. Perhaps that $5 didn't mean anything that much to him, but it made some kind of impact that this gentleman can now be able to speak up today. So I think his lifestyle, his contribution, the way he carried himself in the media landscape is something that should signal to every single young person, especially journalists in this country, that in spite of the challenges in the media landscape, despite the fact that there are mountains of challenges, we can still make impact. And it doesn't. You don't need to have much to make impact. You don't need to have the millions of dollars to make impact, but just the little you have, you can be able to make the necessary impact. I think that's what his life and some of those tributes are saying today.
Okay, folks, so we want to say thanks to every one of you for watching this live video from Benson Street here at the headquarters of the INQUIRER newspaper in Monrovia. Hopefully, we'll give you update as to arrangement concerning the burial of the veteran Liberian journalist. I want to say thanks to the management and of course my production team here, Joseph Sekokone Jr., Trojan Kiazulu, and Trico Flama, along with Nelson Colette. Will make sure we brought you this particular live coverage from the headquarters of the INQUIRER newspaper. God's willing, will be back. My name is Emmanuel Kotu. On behalf of the entire team, we say thank you and thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.